He explained that he was sorry and he did not mean any harm. Sydney does believe him, and she says that so far she's seen nothing but a good side to him and she's happy with what she's seen from him. So they carry on talking and all's well. Then we get to the meetup. So everyone gets to meet up for one last time all together. It's great. Frank is sitting there between Sydney and Moomin, and he just looks very nervous. He is unsure of what he's going to do. But what I did like was that the ladies looked very calm. They all said they're fine and they don't find it really awkward. They were actually enjoying the fact that Frank was reeling a little bit, which I thought was super funny. But so far, this episode had a lot to deliver and it was very enjoyable. I actually thought it could have gone on for longer than 40 minutes. I was actually quite sad when it finished. This was actually a very good episode. Let me know in the comment section if you agree as well with what you thought about this episode, and also give me a subscribe if you're enjoying the content. Then we see Sabrina and Walter, and they're talking to each other at this meetup. Walter talks about the universe revealing what will be the right decision for him, so he's calm and everything is good. We don't really know what that means. Then Sabrina says his energy has been a bit inconsistent throughout, so she is very unsure. We saw this energy from her from the last episode, and she's carried it on throughout this episode as well. So before they even meet the parents, Sabrina is unsure. That's something we can note here. Then finally we get to the meeting family and parents, and we get to see Frank and his cousins, Tony and Desiree. He says he thinks he is ready to love and he's still on the fence with who to pick. So he just wants help. So they meet Sydney and they like her. They say she's got a great personality and they can really see her with Frank. But we also see that Sydney is still on the fence after meeting Frank's family. She's not really sure. Then they also meet Moomin and they ask her questions about family and what she wants, and she talks about how she wants 3 kids, and they really do like her as well. At the end they say that they see she has good family values, but they do think Sydney's personality is a little bit better. Then they ask Frank what he wants, and then he says he's not sure. He has to sleep on it. So far Frank is still undecided. He just does not know who to pick yet. Then we get to Walter's family. Walter introduces Sabrina to his sister Odette and his aunt. They ask questions about her before she even shows up, and Walter seems to not really know many answers. He gets to the point where he's like, okay, don't grill me. But it just feels like he doesn't know much about Sabrina. So I can see what she means when she says she sees a lot of red flags. When she finally arrives and they speak to her, they do really seem to like her. They ask her loads of questions about what she sees in him, and she talks about how she likes his aura and all these things. Then it gets to a very awkward point. They ask her about her, and then she talks about where she was born, and then they say, oh, that's not what Walter said. And Walter starts laughing awkwardly because he didn't really know where she was born. And it's all confusing, because if Walter is all in with Sabrina, then why does he know so little about her? Like basic things like where she was born. I feel like everyone watching this show knows where Sabrina's born because we've been listening to what she talks about. Walter is very inconsistent, because one minute he likes Moomin and he seems like he's going to pick her. Then the next minute he's not into Moomin anymore. Then he now is all into Sabrina, and then he doesn't really know much about Sabrina. I don't really know what Walter was looking for from this show, so I was a bit confused. Let me know in the comment section what you think about Walter and how much he really did like Sabrina. At the end, there's no surprise here. She says she's still very confused because she has obviously a child, and whatever person she picks has to really get on well with her child and her. It's not just about her. You know, she really needs to make the right decision for her. This is a life decision. So we really see the importance of this for Sabrina. Then we get to Aisha and Dante. So we see him introduce her to his brother and his cousin, and they really do like her vibe as well. They ask what she likes what does she want from the future? She speaks about how she wants a man to be a provider. She sees herself as very domestic and more into like looking after children and looking after the home, and wants to live in her feminine energy. She even talks about how she wants to like wear lingerie and cook for her man. So we basically are getting this vibe that she very much wants to be traditional and those old-fashioned values where women stay at home, men go to work. Dante didn't expect this answer. He was quite taken aback. Even his family were asking, so what about 50-50 and all these things? And she was confident enough to say that she wants what she wants. By the end of it, Dante says he was not expecting those answers, but he is happy to adjust. Do you think they can make this work? Because if he was not expecting these kind of answers from her, that might be something that could be hard to work out long term, because what you see in a partner and what you want in a future, those are things that are very important in order to make something work long term. So let me know in the comment section what you think about these two and how far they'll make it. Then we finally see Phil's family. Phil's family are very happy to meet Sydney. They say she's really pretty and they really like her energy as well. She asks quite a few questions about Phil and what he's like, and they say, he is sweet, and she talks about how he's quiet, and they say, yeah, he's quiet, but he also has moments where he can talk a lot. And then she talks about how they've been speaking on the phone for a while, so yes, she does know he is talkative. They ask what she likes about Phil, and she talks about how she likes his energy, how he's calm, and everything with him just feels comfortable. It does also go to the awkward topic of the fact that she is still talking to Frank, and she says, yeah, they have a lot in common and they have the same friendship groups, they do similar jobs, but end of the day, Frank is the one she feels really comfortable around, and she really likes the fact that they have a great energy together. And they're really happy to hear that because they're genuinely smiling. So at the end, the family does talk about how she has a good head on her shoulders and they do like her. And Phil is very happy with her and he definitely wants to choose her. But we also still see that Sydney feels like she's not yet ready to make a choice. She is still undecided. Then finally, decision day is here. We see them waiting for their partner and we are waiting to see what answers they're going to give. So we see Phil go to Sydney and Sydney talks about how much she's really enjoyed spending time with him and she actually is ready to love and she wants to pick Phil. We saw this coming, so they are happy and they look great together. Then we see Frank waiting for Moomin. Moomin walks down looking fabulous with a long dress. And she obviously has picked Frank. And Frank then says, yes, he's actually picked her too. So he is not even considered going to pick Sydney. He 100% is all in. And they look fantastic together as well. Then we see Aisha walking with this wonderful blue dress and Dante is happy and he talks about how much he likes her. She talks about how comfortable he makes her feel and that it's really hard to find that as a black woman, and she is so happy and they look so cute together. Then finally we get to Walter and Sabrina. Walter talks about how much she wants to be with Sabrina, and then as we expected, Sabrina says she has seen nothing but inconsistency in him and she does not feel like he is the right guy. He has not tried hard enough. He doesn't look like he really wants to be with her. And to be fair to Sabrina, it does look like Walter doesn't really like her that much. So I think it was a great decision. So when she said no, she walked away and Walter was left alone. So we got to the end of the season. What a season it has been. There will be a reunion and does it look good or what? I cannot wait to see what goes down. A lot will be happening. There's so much drama, people walking away, people